There will be a time where I do not like how I'm actually being right. There are times where I predict things pretty well, and then somehow it turn out to be true, and I'm like, oh wow, I didn't like that. But this is a moment where I would definitely say that I pretty much kind of told you so on my stream. And I'd say this because I think fans nowadays are actually treating Resident Evil games as fan service games. Uh, Excuse me, not as a proper horror game. What I mean by that is that there is so many clips on Twitter nowadays I've been seeing where like there's a lot of out of context clips where it was mostly women glazing over Leon Kennedy. No matter where I go, I can never escape people glazing the fuck out of Leon Kennedy. Okay? It was the main reason why I have no high for Resident Evil 9. Resident Evil 9 when I saw Leon Kennedy and I'm just immediately like I knew for the I knew for the moment he stepped foot, somebody is going to recreate a Gojo statue scene again. If you don't know what that means, like don't search it up. There's some blood going to split over the Gojo statue, but instead of Gojo, it's going to be Leon Kennedy. And really, I think this is the whole entire moment where, like, I think people decided to talk about Resident Evil being treated like showing off the hypocrisy of of how women are actually criticizing men sexualizing over women when women are no better than men when whenever they're sexualizing on men. And there was like a bunch of weird monkey bullshittery of argument I have to see because like there is even an argument of saying that like well men actually are word onto women a lot more than women are word on men, which I can't believe this person exists. I can't believe the word exists. This is not my word. Their word. I didn't have any value or any confrontation of this whole entire thing. Okay, it was him for saying that. Okay, I don't need to go deep dive with this because it's kind of bullshittery. Because Twitter is a weird place. Twitter is a place where like I can get so much great infos but also get so much of like horny tourist fucking infos about a character that doesn't even exist in this world. Like Aru the streamer, for some reason she would go off the like just go off the moment of like I need this clip. And it was a scene where like Leon Kennedy just lifting the gates up with his bare arms. And there was even a clip of like another streamer where like, oh, that's so sexy. Oh my god, I can't believe that. And it was just a clip of what? Leon Kennedy being stripped on a fucking chair. Sure, I'm not having a problem of people simping over fictional characters, which I myself am simping for a lot of characters, like especially Bayonetta. My god, Bayonetta is the moment I would actually dream of like someone get to step on my nuts. Not in a very harmful way, please, for the love of God. But the argument here is that whenever a woman actually glazing over men in a very sexual tonation way, they don't really get a lot of criticism, which is kind of weird for me because, like, the more I'm seeing on the internet, the more I'm seeing that men are the problem for for overglazing over woman characters, and that's a thing that really caught my eye most of the time. I've never seen most of the issues where hey women are actually glazing over male characters. Same goes to women who are glazing over the same woman characters that men are actually glazing over the female characters that people have problem to begin with. Like I don't see women like actually have a problem with them glazing over Eve from Stellar Blade. It's just man like glazing over Eve from Stellar Blade. That's the only issue that I'm seeing so far. Well, to be fair, people did actually comment about Eve having unrealistic body when it actually is realistic, pretty much. It's kind of funny seeing like how most of like women's opinions saying that man only thinks about sex, when in reality most men actually wanted to actually have a really good time with a woman they like. They want to actually feel appreciated. They want to actually be hugged by the woman they love. They want to feel affection. Yes, not in just sex. Well, yes, there's no denying the fact that sex does involve, but it's not majority of it, okay? Because like I'm pretty sure all these women saying that like men think or just think about sex is probably because they have pretty kind of shitty experience with other men they have actually. Which I'm not gonna shit talk about it. It's their experience, which is totally fine because like same goes to men also have a shit experience with women as well. Don't worry. I think that's kind of equal ground for there from there. But I just don't really understand why is that supposed to be a main argument when like we just like things. We just like things on on the opposite gender, and we want to appreciate that, you know? Because like if we like a female character as a man, we like it, and if there is a woman liking and because of this whole entire situation come up, I want to say that I'm kind of a bit sad for all the gamers nowadays. Like, especially gamers are actually glazing over characters over in whenever they're in a good game. Like, the game is not even the main attraction anymore; it's just a character glazing. I just wish that we just can talk about more about Resident Evil gaming uniqueness. Like Gray's like different different game style is nice for, when it comes to change of pace after like experiencing with Leon. I think like there is like survival and slash action game that was actually implemented very well in Resident Evil 9. Resident Evil 9 is what Resident Evil 6 could have been, or was it Resident Evil 5? Sorry, I could be wrong. I'm not. I haven't played much of Resident Evil games, unfortunately, myself. But what the point is that look at Stellar Blade. Stellar Blade is such a really good game. It has a really good art direction. The monsters are unique. Pairing systems are good. The combat are actually magnificent. But not a lot of people talk about it because Eve is taking the show. Eve is taking the spotlight for herself. She is the model. She's the main attraction when it comes to Stellar Blade. When you see Stellar Blade, Eve. When you see Neural Automata, to be, which maybe is a bit wrong because there are fans who love Nier Automata with the lore and the world building and also like the multiple endings. There's a lot of people who love that, but the thing is that if a game is good, even despite like having a character that's actually being very sexualized or even being appealing for in other people's eyes, it's still a good game that people should try to appreciate it. Not because of the characters. Characters should never be the main event of the game. If you want to do that, watch a goddamn movie. Shoo! But maybe it's just me. Maybe like I'm being petty. I am being petty right now because like I'm talking about a character that has been actually like in fan favorites for a very longest time, and I just say I don't like that because they just decided to bring it back. I prefer to have Ethan Winters because Ethan Winters is a very normal guy and he's new to the table of Resident Evil, and but he makes you feel for him. Like he's actually a much more appealing character than most of the characters in Resident Evil, in my humble opinion. And I did say this again. Resident Evil games nowadays felt like is actually being treated as a fan service, not by developers, by the fandoms, by the fans themselves, because they don't want to actually see the game potentially being good. They just all they care about is Leon Kennedy and self-insert themselves to have their own fantasy being fulfilled. That's like the same thing with men as well sometimes. And sometimes I'm just trying to talk about this because like the double standards between like two different groups is just not balanced, especially with old people. Everyone is just complaining and complaining about like women should never be this exposed. Sorry, I ran out of oxygen. The woman should never be this exposed, and the woman should never have like a big ass two juggernauts on their chest. They should never be that appealing. When men, well, just give them a big muscles and like having a tight shirt, and you call it a day. Yeah, and people would not even complain about it. It's yeah, I know like woman characters, a woman. Sorry, I should. Why am I saying woman characters? It's supposed to be female characters. I'm so sorry. That's very dumb of me. In the end of the day, what I'm trying to convey this message to you is that Resident Evil 9, Leon Kennedy did actually bring up all the huge amount of hypocrisy of people complaining about men, how they like over sexual characters. because women are no better than men themselves when they actually like a character that is also very appealing and sexy in their own way. And in the end of the day, we both have our own, subjective liking. It's very subjective. It's just that on the internet, the double standards are actually non-existent, without a doubt, because like man will without a doubt will get more criticism than woman for liking and appealing characters. Like there is no way in hell I would even hear about a woman liking a very sexy man would be a problem at all. I think like most, I think I've heard a lot of VTubers does that as well. I could be wrong. I'm sorry. I shouldn't be bringing that one up. It was annoying. That was probably wrong of me. But um, you know what I'm saying. If you guys don't, I apologize for not conveying this message very, very well to you. Or maybe I have to speak it in Spanish. And I would even actually argue that the only acceptable of people over sexualizing our Resident Evil character, it will be Castillo. Because we all love Castillo. That man is wholesome to the death that we all love for. Okay, that man will glaze nonstop for Chris Redfield to the point where it felt a little bit acceptable. To be honest, it's fine. I got no problem with that. But anyways, I think I yap a bit too much. I think I may have go off the fucking topic. To be honest with you, and I do hope all of you find this video well for you, or maybe not, because I'm pretty sure I kind of anger like I don't know 75% of like Leon Kennedy fans, and they're probably gonna dox me, or maybe not, or maybe I'm just not gonna get mad at all. Probably someone is gonna come by to the video and call me out and being brown, or I don't know, calling out for like being an attention seeker, or maybe they will call me ugly. I don't know. Maybe I am because I like being ugly than just being an object by a woman. I don't know why I said that, but anyways, hope you have a lovely day or have a lovely night. I will see you guys when I make another video. Peace out, y'all.